I have two on the docket. It looks like one is going to work out. Natalie Garza looks like it's going to work out.
Okay.
Once we get restitution established, that one should be dismissed. But we're just not there yet, but we're all in agreement.
Okay.
We just need to make sure that the number is correct.
It's kind of old though, and we've had the restitution, $500 restitution in class for dismissal since January.
We're just waiting to get the proof of the insurance from the complainant. I called twice just now and I'll call again this evening to see if I can get a hold of that today.
I'm gonna roll it a week.
I'm cool with it. We're in agreement, Judge, so a week is fine.
Got it.
And hopefully if they can get it earlier, we'll get it in earlier and she doesn't have to appear. And also, Judge, I understand that Tristan Smith needs bond conditions for the second case, so I'm here to approach on Tristan Smith.
Right here, pay attention. The prosecutor is about to shift from one routine case into a bond condition discussion for Tristan Smith. This is where judges often reveal their real priorities: structure, discipline, and keeping defendants on track. Watch how the judge immediately reads Tristan's attitude and uses it as a teaching moment. Moments like these show how courtroom dynamics go far beyond paperwork. They're about guidance, pressure, and giving young defendants one last chance to get it together.
Come up, Mr. Smith. We didn't do conditions on it?
Oh, we did. Victoria said, I think we're good.
Tell me, how are things going? Great. Okay. That's the best news I've heard all day. Really.
They like unenrolled me in Channel, but I wasn't gonna be able to go to Channel anyway because it's too far of a commute. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, so they just enrolled me in Humble High School. So my first day will be Thursday.
Knowledge is power. When you know things, you can do anything. I'm telling you, ask him. When you have knowledge and when you know things, it can take you so far in life. The only way you do it is by doing school, taking it seriously, and not letting other people drag you down. Because that's what you constantly have, is people around you trying to bring you down. Don't let them. Be stronger. Right here, that's where it starts. When you see someone trying to take you down, even though, hey, let's go out, let's do this, it's bringing you down. Don't let it. Be stronger. Be strong-willed. Make something of yourself. And it starts, prime example right here. He's amazing, right? That's a great role model right there. You ever need anything, that's who you follow. We have things here that we can help you out too. What conditions do we need?
I thought that we needed
Yes,
somebody.
you do. What do we?
Do you want me to go over the ones that we have?
No, I mean, I think that the only thing we need is just stay in school, get a job. I would prefer you stay in school, get as much education as you can, so you become someone. Go to law school. It's an amazing field. I'm telling you. Okay. I mean, I think we're good.
Yes, sir.
Just don't pick up any new cases. Be good. Okay. All right,
Thank you,
friend.
Judge.
Mr. Garza, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be.
Okay, pause mentally for a second. What the judge is explaining here is crucial. This defendant's refused field sobriety tests and refused a breath sample. Legally, that almost always strengthens probable cause, because refusal often signals impairment. Notice how the judge connects this to immigration consequences, too. This is not scare tactic, it's strategy. Judges do this to push defendants towards compliance and safer behavior, especially when multiple risk factors stack up.
Appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On January 26, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a crash that occurred at 10200 Beaumont Highway and observed a white Chevrolet Blazer with minor front end damage and both the driver and passenger side airbags deployed. The officer observed a male leaning against the rear passenger door of the vehicle, and when speaking with another officer, the other officer advised he observed the male exiting the driver's side of the motor vehicle. The officer observed no other individuals in the immediate area of the crash, and the officer made contact with the male, now identified as the defendant, and noticed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, watery bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and wet stains on his shirt consistent with the smell of an alcoholic beverage. The officer also observed the defendant swaying, staggering, and stumbling while speaking. The defendant advised he was coming from the flea market and was en route to his home. When asked how he crashed, the defendant stated, "I was driving and I crashed. I don't remember." The defendant also advised he ate at a restaurant and drank beers there. The defendant stated he had 4 to 5 Modelo beers at the flea market, and the officer observed a cold red cup in the center cup holder of the motor vehicle with approximately a quarter of liquid inside that smelled like tequila. The red cup had 2 limes inside. Standard field sobriety tests were then administered. When asked to perform the walk-in turn and one-leg stand, the defendant refused, and the officer found 4 out of 6 clues on the HGN. The defendant was read the DIC and refused a breath sample. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Mr. Garza, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I would hope that you recognize it's elementary, that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. In fact, it's a minimum of 5 days in jail to any sentence that you get upon proof of that. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, it's very possible they put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until the case is over with and then shipped off to immigration. I am now putting bond conditions on you. If you violate these conditions, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. And like I said, if you're not in this country with permission, you could be sitting in there for a very long time. I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any illegal drugs, you will go to jail. I'm also forbidding you from driving. You will be signing with me today a promise. This is an affidavit that you're not going to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I'm going to get you to Victoria, where we'll have you sign a reset. And after that, I'll get you to Fleischer for your bond conditions. Be careful what you do, because like I said, any of these conditions, I'm just going to lock you up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You were charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Dice,
On January 27th, 2025,
2025,
on 11402 North Houston Road, the officer observed the defendant stopped in the intersection facing northbound. The defendant was observed to be asleep behind the wheel of the vehicle, which was running. The gear shift was in drive, and the defendant's foot was on the brake. Multiple attempts were made to contact the driver. None were successful. Houston Fire Department and Emergency Medical Services were contacted, and the vehicle was locked, but responders were able to unlock the doors and put the vehicle in park. The officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, bloodshot eyes, and glossy eyes. Standard field sobriety tests were performed back at the station. HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, one leg stand 4 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and consented to breath. The results were 0.186 and 0.194.
How many prior DWIs does this gentleman have?
He has 1 prior, Your Honor.
Have you run an NCIC?
Yes, Judge.
License?
I'll run that right now, Your Honor.
No. Said no.
No.
He said he doesn't have a license.
Yes, Judge, there's no license on
Dice, no
file.
hay licencia.
Mr. Mazariegos, let me make something perfectly clear to you. that I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive any vehicle. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 children. If you do not have a license and liability insurance, then you are not allowed to drive. I am now placing an additional restriction on you that I'm going to have you take a portable breath test device with you everywhere you go to prove to me that you're not consuming alcohol. If I find that you consume alcohol, if I find that you use illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail any more than 4 hours, immigration sweeps the jail on a daily basis. They will put a detainer on you and you will sit there until this case is over with and then shipped off to immigration.
Una obligación.
Do you understand?
Lo entiendo. Conteste palabra. Lo entiende? Yes.
Signing a promise with me that you're not going to drive. I don't
A mí.
care what you're doing. Do not get into a car.
Okay, yes.
I'm sending notice to the Department of Public Safety that every officer in this state will know if you are in a car driving, you are supposed to have an interlock in that car. If they catch you driving a car that doesn't have an interlock, they're going to arrest you and put you in jail.
Tiene la máquina de viento. Van a estar en gaslight.
Sí, yo no voy a tener carro ahorita.
I don't have a vehicle at this time.
La máquina portátil está bien.
The portable
Don't use anyone else's car
el vehículo
don't-
de alguien más.
at all.
Okay.
I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive.
Que no-
After that, I'll get you to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions. Mr. Mazat, sir, do you have are you working now?
¿Está trabajando ahorita?
Sí,
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
relación.
Remodeling.
Yeah, is that a steady income for you?
Trabaja todos los días.
Sí,
Yes.
Do you have the ability to hire a
¿La
lawyer?
capacidad para ocupar tu propio abogado?
sí.
Yes.
Okay, we will give you time, sir. So I'll have you come up here with all the appropriate documents and then we'll get you out of here. Do not consume alcohol and above all else, do not drive.
Aneta.
Okay? Come on. Good morning, Mr. Martinez.
Good morning, sir.
So you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with terroristic threat. You're also charged with assault of a family member. Looks like you guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 13-month deferred. That is a type of probation that if you successfully complete it, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. You can't tell people it was dismissed. It doesn't get dismissed. You take a probation. If you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction on your record. This is extremely important. The other thing that you need to understand is that with this case, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Shh, there's an affirmative finding of family violence.
Yes, sir.
You ever pick up another case like this, you will be looking at a 3rd-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And it doesn't have to be something where it's a dragged down fight where there's fists and this. No, all you have to do is squeeze someone's arm enough to where it hurts. Boom, you're looking at a 3rd-degree felony. You understand?
Yes, sir.
It's any pain. Pain is a very loose term. It's not what you think, it's what the other person perceives. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, for you to complete this successfully, you must do what's called a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. You must do substance abuse treatment. You must also do what's called a BIP class. That's a Batters Intervention Prevention Program. This is a difficult one. You have to go and do a class once a week for 18 weeks. If you fail to appear for the class, they're going to kick you out and I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. 16 hours of community service, no threatening or harassing abusive contact with a Mr. Pipkins, no drugs, no alcohol, $100 donation one time to the family violence. It says family violence provider, or should it be?
Father Center, Judge. Father means center.
Should it be the Houston Area Women's Center?
Let me see, Your Honor.
I've never heard of.
I mean, it's just language that would include things like Houston Area Women's Center or any organization.
Okay.
And we need to work on wording.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. So if
Houston Area
It's just-
Women's Center, Judge.
Yeah, any
Can you put it to,
organization.
sorry, let me see. No weapons as well. I'll make you a deal. If you, I would prefer him to do a class instead of the 16 hours community service. So perhaps like a effective decision-making class in lieu of that at his choice, if he would prefer to do that. A more menial tasks, picking up guard, that's just, it makes no sense. I'd rather you learn something from this, and like an effective decision-making class is something that you can do at your leisure instead of just doing menial work for, that just makes no sense.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'll make you another deal, Mr. Martinez.
Yes, sir.
If you're clean, if you're nice to everybody, you get your classes done quick, I'll take you off in half the time as a reward for you doing well. But I want you to understand, if you pick up a new case, if you don't do your stuff on time, if something else happens, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. You were looking at an entire year if you violate this probation. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, it's not hard. 90% no self-control. That's why they're in custody. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you enter into this agreement with us, you are stuck with us until you complete it or unless it gets revoked. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, like I said, as an added incentive, you can be done with this thing in 7 months if you do really well and kick butt. All right.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
I will not find you guilty. I'll withhold it for 13 months. So you work at PetSmart.
Yes, sir.
It reduces fees. All right. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. So don't worry about the money. Just do what you say you're going to do. Be nice. Don't pick up any new cases. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, Mr.
Thank
Mayor.
you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. D.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Joe.
I'm here on Cesar Hernandez.
Okay.
Your Honor, we are still working on getting everything in for the PTI. You talked to him last week.
He promised that he was going to have the payment in, and then someone came in last week, late Friday, saying, "Oh, we need more time." I'm like,
I wonder if I could explain. And he's here too to explain too. He said you had offered him, he told you he didn't get his check till Thursday and that you offered him, okay, then after that, we'll set it. Instead of setting it for the next money, they set it for this money. So he came today, but
Okay.
his check doesn't come till this Thursday. And that was the whole purpose. Then as
I
far
see. Okay.
the machine, I said, well, what about the machine? You have to still get the interlock. He said, well, I don't have any money for that. I'm still waiting to get money to pay for that as well. Because the original was to pay the DA fee for the PTI. That was going to take a large part of his payment of his check. So that is what we were working on, Your Honor. And I can bring him up here. He seems pretty credible and he's trying to get that done.
So when do you want?
Well, he wanted to, I can bring him up here because he's working on putting the interlock device in. Can I bring him here? So he Sir, he knows that your check.
So you get paid what day?
This Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Coming
Okay.
up. Last time we came in, I stayed behind because I saw the reset form instead of third. And I believe you said roll over to this money coming up. I can get, the machine this week and then I can for sure pay the DA on Thursday. I paid my bills today and if I could, I would, I know it's been.
I believe you. So do you want to do Thursday? So we can reset you to Monday then?
Good, I really appreciate it.
Okay, we'll set you to Monday.
Okay.
This next part is one of the toughest things defendants hear. Once you have a prior DWI, the system becomes far less forgiving. The judge is laying out the reality: minimum mandatory jail time, lifelong record impact, and harsher consequences for even minor slip-ups. This is a moment where you can feel the courtroom shift. The tone gets heavier because the stakes are no longer theoretical. They're real and permanent.
But you got to have it all done by then, huh?
Yeah,
Right?
yes, Your Honor, I got
So you
it.
pay the DA fee and then have the interlock.
Okay, yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so but
Interlock.
call today for the interlock. Don't wait till Thursday
Okay,
because you need a couple days to make the appointment
okay, so I'll
or
set
for the interlock.
I think I contacted the lawyer's office. I think I signed the one for the interlock. I signed the affidavit for the no driving, so I'm trying to get the portable one.
Okay, but regardless though, you got to call to make the appointment to go get that portable today for the upcoming week.
Okay.
Don't wait till Thursday or Friday to call to make an appointment because they may be booked. And then they may say, well, we don't have anything for another week. So that's what I'm saying. Call today to make the appointment. And then when you go get it, you pay for it to get it installed.
Okay,
whether it be Thursday or Friday or whatever day you want to do it.
take care of it. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you,
all
Ronnie.
right, we got you, Joe. Thanks. Just let Victoria know, huh? Yeah. Chuck, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 6 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you have done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. Whenever you get pulled over, an officer, the first thing they do is they look at your criminal history. If they come to your window, they smell alcohol, and then they look you up and with a prior to DWI, it's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Shh. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. So if you're not in this country with permission, you do that kind of time, you can almost rest assured that you'll get an immigration detainer. Do you understand? What I'm trying to impart to you is that if you want to drink, don't get into a car. Even a sip of alcohol, you're going to end up with us. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. You understand? Do you still want to do this?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you, sir. All right.
Judge, what about the,
CC.
is it true that he had a,
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above in your breath test or blood test?
That's what came out of that.
Is it true or untrue?
Yes, it's true.
Okay. All right, guys. Good luck. How's jail?
Como caí en la cárcel.
¿Cómo te gusta la cárcel? ¿Cómo te gusta? ¿Te gusta la cárcel?
No, no me gusta.
No, I don't like it.
Good.
Muy
You're
bien.
not supposed to.
Dale.
No.
The idea is that we want our community safe. And when you endanger our community, there are places that we have for you. I will tell you now that it appears your lawyer is telling me that you've made an immigration bond. And let me tell you that you are extremely lucky that that has happened. If you become a danger, I'm going to revoke this bond. I'm going to put you back into jail. And I'm going to tell you that if you get your immigration bond revoked, that's a lot of money that you're going to lose. So when you get out there in the free world, make the right decisions. Do not pick up any new cases. And I now am going to put bond conditions on you. If you violate these conditions, then I'm going to revoke your bond and put you back in custody. Do you understand?
¿Usted lo entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
You're not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case.
That's
You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You will also not be in possession of weapons as well. You understand these conditions?
¿Usted entiende estas condiciones?
Sí.
Yes.
You must also remain in constant contact with your lawyer, and your lawyer will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me that he's unable to get a hold of you because you're playing games or you take off going somewhere, I'm going to revoke the bond and issue a warrant for your arrest. You're going to be called upon to do random drug and alcohol testing. If you fail to show up for the testing, then a warrant for your arrest will be issued. Okay? We will have you sign conditions indicating that you understand and that you're going to comply with these conditions. And after that, you'll be free to go.
Awesome. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Let's go.
Yes, Mark.
On the jail docket. If you miss a test again, I'm going to revoke your bond. Do you understand? We have bond conditions in place. You're supposed to follow these conditions. I'm giving you notice now. Your excuses mean nothing. I'm giving you a pass now, but it's not going to happen again. I'm sending you for a test now. If this happens again, I'm going to end up probably revoking your bond. Do you understand? Okay,
Is there a way I can get a test closer to where I am? Because I don't.
I'm sending you for a test now.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen now. If you fail to go test, if you fail to show up, I'm going to revoke your bond. Do you understand? Okay, good luck. Thanks, Connor.